Alright, what's up everyone? So I'm going to show you all how I created this. Alright, so the first thing I did was I got this image off of Unsplash, and I already knew I had to do something with it because it just looks so good. Like, you don't get many images that already have this much detail and everything like that, so I knew I had to do something with it. So the first thing I did was I got this soldier off of Unsplash again, and I just masked it out just by going to the quick selection and then just clicking select subject. That does it really well, so it took like 1 second. And then I just created a mask and then just deleted or erased rather this person from the bottom half, and it blends in pretty well with the grass already, so I didn't really have to do that much blending with it. So the next things I did was I added a color balance and some curves, and this whole image is already kind of a dark blue cyan color, so the color balance has like that exact value, so I just changed that and matched it pretty well. I also added a color lookup, and that was pretty easy. I did the Kodak 5205 and blended it even better. I then added texture to it because it looks too clean to be in there, but in the final product you can't see it much, but I just added this texture really quickly. I then thought it would be cool to add a laser, so what I did was I took the polygonal lasso tool and just made like a really thin line like this, and then I just filled it with I filled it with the bucket on a red color, and then just added a blur and made it a little thinner, as you can see there. So yeah, I kind of wanted a bunch of lasers, so I added a one here and then one for the next person that I will show. But yeah, I just did the same process. I just duplicated this for those, but it's pretty easy to make these. You just want to make sure you fill it and make it pretty thin. So for this person down here, I once again masked it out and then just added a bunch of curves and color balance and stuff like that. Because with this type of image, the colors are pretty easy to match with color balance, so it doesn't take that long to be able to match it. So after that, I added the jets in the air, which were somewhat easy, but to get the detail and everything, it was kind of difficult. So the first thing I did was a color balance. So for the jet on the right, I did the same thing as I did on the first one, just duplicated it and then added another color balance and color lookup on it. So it was then time to add the jet's features to it. So what I decided on doing was adding some jet trails and flames, I guess, if you want to call it that. But that was the final product, and I just took a fire image and then just made it like super small, and then inverted it so that I could just paint where the flames would come out of. And then after that, I added some smoke from it, which I just have a brush that I easily did with that. And then for these white lines right here, I took the polygonal lasso tool and did the same thing that I did with the lasers, and just did this and then filled it with white and then blurred it and all that stuff. So the next thing I did was I added some particles, and I just got this off of Unsplash. The image was weird because it had a person in it, but I just put the color dodge filter on it, and then I just inverted it so that I could just paint right here with it, and that's how it turned out. And then I also desaturated it by doing Control U and just turned the saturation all the way down. I then added some volcano smoke, which I just used the brush again, and that's why this image was super good, because it already had basically everything I wanted, so I didn't have to add much except for the people and the jets. So I just added some smoke with that brush. And then I added some fire too, which I just took a simple fire image and put it on screen, and then shrunk it down a bunch and then put it on the volcano. And I added some saturation as well on it. So the next things I did was I added some more fire here just by doing the same thing that I did with the volcano, shrunk it down, and then used the brush to put some smoke there and there and there. So I then decided to add another soldier right there. So like the other two soldiers, I just masked it out and then put a color balance on it, and it was already pretty matching. So I did some highlights on it too, and then I added another laser on that. So the same thing as always, just doing this and then filling it. And then the final part was I did a camera raw filter, which you should do on every piece that you make. It just enhances it and makes it better. So I just did this. I added some grain to it, but it's pretty difficult to see, so I just left it there.